Hello everyone, welcome to my course on money and financial markets. I am Mohammad Iftikharul Islam Bhuiya, your course instructor, and this is module 1 of money and financial markets. In this module we'll cover introduction to money and financial markets. And in this video we are covering functions of financial markets. Let's look at the agenda of this module first. First of all, we'll cover functions of financial markets. Then we'll learn about financial institutions, financial instruments, and finally, we'll learn about different types of financial markets. Let's look at the functions of financial markets. The main function of financial market is to transfer fund from surplus unit to deficit unit. So in an economy, surplus units are the lenders or simply the savers, and deficit units are the borrower or simply spenders. So financial market improves economic efficiency because without any financial market, it will be next to impossible to match or to bring together lenders and borrowers. So it will be hard for everyone to find a lender or to find a borrower for investment. Now let's look at who are the lenders and borrowers in financial markets. So if you look at the lender saver sides, you'll find that households are the main savers in the financial market, and then business firms, then governments and foreigners also work as a savers or lenders in the economy. Now if you look at the borrower side, you'll find that business firms are the main borrowers of the firm. So they are known as the number one borrowers in an economy, then government, households and foreigners. Now let's look at the segments of financial market. There are two broad segments, direct finance and indirect finance. If funds are transferred through financial markets, that means by selling financial instruments, that's called direct finance. For example, if Square Pharma issues new bond or stock shares, then these will be known as direct finance. So if funds are transferred by selling financial instruments like share, bond, this is known as direct finance. On the other hand, if funds are transferred through financial intermediaries like banks, insurance companies or other financial institutions, then it will be known as indirect finance. So if you deposit your money in a bank, then the bank will lend the money to a businessman or to someone else. These sort of finance will be known as indirect finance. Once again, if funds are transferred through financial intermediaries like banks or other financial institutions, that's indirect finance. Now here is a flowchart of how financial market works. So we can label it as a indirect finance and direct finance. Now first of all, let's look at the direct finance. If funds are transferred from lenders or savers to borrowers through financial market, we'll call it direct finance. And if the funds are transferred from lenders to the borrowers, if funds are transferred from lenders to the borrowers through financial intermediaries like banks or other financial institutions, that will be known as indirect finance. Now that's all about this lecture. In our next lecture, we'll learn about financial institutions.